Father Dlamini, thank you very much for inviting me to the podium. Director of Ceremonies, the Royal Highnesses, Royal Councillors, Cabinet Ministers present here today, presiding officers and members of both Houses of Parliament here present, the Masilela family, Your Excellencies, Bobabe Bafundisi, Nabomage, distinguished guests, and brave veterans of the liberation struggle. Today we honor the legacy of House Number 43 in Trelawny Park. Eswatini, a humble village that became a sanctuary of freedom for South Africa. Excuse me, I think I missed out something. I have been commanded by His Majesty, King Mswati III and Ingwenyama of the Kingdom of Eswatini to represent him in this auspicious occasion in celebrating the 60th anniversary of Number 43 Trelawny Park. I shall read His Majesty's speech accordingly. Today we honor the legacy of House Number 43 in Trelawny Park, Eswatini, a humble dwelling that became a sanctuary of freedom for South Africa. For decades under the roof of this house, members of the liberation movement found refuge and strength. As one historian has noted, Gogo is a woman who owned, ran, and managed a house that harbored, sheltered, conscientized, and developed members of the ANC. In other words, this was a home away from home, a fortress and a refuge for those pursuing justice. It is a place where plans were quietly made, wounds were tended, and courage was renewed. Even as South African death squads roamed the region. We gather here today in gratitude for that fearless generosity. Number 43 story is now anchored far beyond our borders, and the world has taken note of its significance. In 2007, the first ever book about this house, Number 43 Trelawny Park, Gogo, was launched to great acclaim. Dignitaries from across the region, including former President Jacob Zuma, attended the event to pay tribute to how a humble family had opened its doors to freedom fighters. The book itself was celebrated as a work of history and humanity, earning a nomination on South Africa's prestigious Alan Burton Award Top 40 list that year. Its pages captured the warmth of Gogo's heart and the bravery of those who gathered there. 2 years later, in 2009, the Republic of South Africa posthumously awarded Rebecca Maboko Masilela the Order of the Lutuli in silver, citing her inspiring contribution as a nurturing mother to the exiled cadets who lived in Eswatini during the struggle. These honors recognize not only a story, but the story of every young man and woman who passed through that front door. In 2010, the legacy carried even further afield. The same book was chosen among a few select titles to represent South Africa at the London Book Fair. We were proud that our kingdom's history was given a voice on the global stage, reminding the world that the anti-apartheid struggle was regional and united. Here at home, the Kingdom of Eswatini has moved to preserve this memory. Our government has formally recognized Number 43 as a protected heritage site. This means that the sacrifices and solidarity woven into the walls of Number 43 will be honored for generations to come. None of these achievements would have been possible without the selfless devotion Yamaboko Namku, the Masilela matriarch and patriarch. Let us pay tribute to them. Rebecca Mahomo Masilela, affectionately known as Maboko, and her husband Solomon Mutongo. Masilela, often called Nku, opened not just their home but their hearts to the cause of freedom. They fed hungry fighters, washed their clothes, listened to their fears, and encouraged their dreams. In our culture, Bega Mugogo, the grandmother, yet her care was like a mother and a teacher to us all, often described as a nurturing mother to the exiled cadets. Indeed, through the worst days of apartheid violence, Gogo Namku kept the flame of hope alive in her house. In gratitude, we honor their names and remember that it was their kindness and courage that made Number 43 a beacon of solidarity. Beyond the house, the Kingdom of Eswatini itself has long stood a pillar of support for liberation movements across our region. Long before majority rule in South Africa, we welcome freedom fighters from Namibia, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, and elsewhere, sometimes at great risk. In the 1960s and 1970s, Eswatini became part of the Eastern Front of the ANC struggle, and our national border became a lifeline for the oppressed. Today, we proudly recall that our people have stood with those who fought for justice. House number 43 is one emblem of that enduring commitment. It symbolizes how a small kingdom with deep respect for all its neighbors can make a vast contribution to the cause of freedom and unity. The love and courage shown at Bamako remind us of the broader unity of South Africa's liberation. As we mark this 60th anniversary of number 43 in Eswatini, let us also look forward. Number 43 teaches us that memory is sacred and must be tendered like a living thread. We are gathered among brothers and sisters, international leaders, and fellow activists to renew our vow that never again will the sacrifices of our ancestors be forgotten. Let this be the day and the house itself inspire new generations to work for justice and unity. Let us pledge to preserve every story, every photograph, and every brick of Eswatini for history. In honoring the past, strengthen our common future. Distinguished guests and freedom fighters, number 43 Ceylon Park made but one house, but its story is vast. It stands for the best of us, compassion across borders, the quiet heroism of ordinary people, and the power of solidarity. May its history move us to action, to remain united, to cherish our shared heritage, and to teach our children about the giants who once walked in our land. I thank you all for remembering with me today. Let the legacy of Maboko, Namkulu, as well as every comrade who found sanctuary at number 43 in Eswatini guide us onward. May their sacrifices never fade from our hearts. Let this anniversary strengthen the bonds of friendship among our nations, and may the flame of freedom they lead burn brightly in Eswatini and beyond, now and always. May the spirit of Bamako live in our hearts forever. May the Almighty God bless us.